Hoosier Hills Food Bank is a regional agency. That's the first thing that a lot of people don't realize. We actually serve a 6-county service area: Brown, Lawrence, Orange, Owen, Martin, and Monroe. And we work with about 100 agencies in those 6 counties: food pantries, soup kitchens, youth programs, senior programs, agencies that are providing food to people of low incomes and people who are in need. What we do is act sort of as a clearinghouse or a conduit for food. Most of the food we distribute is donated. We have the infrastructure in place to go out to retailers and wholesalers and farms and all sorts of places and collect that food and then distribute it safely to these agencies that are in turn serving individuals. Many of those agencies come to the food bank to get the food that they want for their programs, but a lot of them, and in particular the local ones, we make regular deliveries to. Community Kitchen, Mother Hubbard's Cupboard, Shalom Center. We're at those agencies multiple times a week dropping off food. Sometimes the drivers go there straight while they're out on their routes collecting food before they even come back to the food bank.
The food bank is vital to what we do here at Community Kitchen. That is our largest source of food. It's great when the food bank truck stops here, whether it's the meal share truck or the produce, the food rescue truck from grocery stores, whatever it is. It's very helpful for us because they stop here, our kitchen staff can get on the truck and have access to all of the things that are going to be most useful to us in a very quick way. A lot of the food that they get obviously is on the edge, and so the fact that they get it to us so quickly so that we can maximize the time it can be used is just fabulous.
We do also have a couple of direct service programs at the food bank which have kind of grown over the last few years. We have a mobile food pantry program which goes to 4 communities once each month, to Shoals, Bedford, Mitchell, and Orleans. It's quite an undertaking for us. We rely a lot on volunteers. There's some volunteers that go to all 4 mobile pantries each month and some that just work at each one. But it involves getting our staff together and sending 2 or 3 staff down to each of these sites once a month with our truck loaded with food. We have to find that food, obviously, to be able to distribute it. So it's kind of a program that's heavily dependent on food purchasing. So some of our fundraising goes toward that effort, in addition to the federal commodities and other donated food that we can get to try and provide a balance there. And then it's been one of the venues where we've really, over the past couple of years, tried to push our fresh produce initiatives, and the clients really have embraced that and enjoy getting fresh produce as part of the distribution each month. We also have a senior box distribution program, which is part of the United States Department of Agriculture Commodities Program. We serve about 900 low-income senior citizens in 5 of our counties each month with a box of food. This year we've expanded with the help of the Community Foundation to start the GROW program, the Garden Route on Wheels, and the emphasis for that program is fresh produce. We really wanted to get more fresh produce out to some of the smaller agencies that don't have the ability to send volunteers or staff to the food bank on a regular basis. So that's been a great thing that we've been able to do. The Soup Bowl benefit is definitely our biggest fundraiser of the year. We rely on it to bring in a lot of support for us. We have recently adopted another fundraiser and that we hope is going to be equally successful and sort of balance out our year, with one at the start of the year and one toward the end of the year. We've taken on the former Red Cross Book Fair, which will take place in October. We were selected to be the new host for that event. And then once we were selected, we had to arrange for the transfer of any existing materials from the Red Cross chapter house to us. We'll also be doing some book drives in addition to the food drives that we do. We'll probably set up at some different locations throughout the year and encourage people to drop off book donations and or food donations. Martin Luther King Day is always a very special day at the food bank. We host approximately 300 volunteers throughout the course of the day who perform a variety of tasks for us. This year, for the most part, we had them bagging up apples. We were able to purchase a truckload of loose apples in bins, and we had bags for them to bag those up in. They worked on packing the boxes for our senior food box distribution program and a few other miscellaneous things here and there, including our repack program, our meal share repack program that evening. It's a very hectic day. Lots of activity, but it's also great to see so many people willing to come out and actually make it a day on and not a day off. If they're off work or off school, they're not just sitting at home. They're coming into the food bank to help out the community, and we appreciate it. Hunger is a year-round problem. It's something that we are working every single day to try and alleviate, and in fact each day that we're open we distribute about 8 tons of food. So we're out there all year long at events like the Soup Bowl, at the 4th of July parade, at the county fair, at every venue that we possibly can, to continue to remind people that there are in fact neighbors in this community that don't have access to good nutritious food on a regular basis, and that we're here trying to alleviate that problem, and we can only do that with community support. The volunteers, the financial donors, the food donors, without any one of those elements, it would be very difficult for us to distribute 4 million pounds of food a year. So we're very grateful for all the community support.